Oh, man. There's no other better way to really start the video off other than saying, hey, boys, y'all want to see something pretty stupid? So, this was something that a friend of mine really wanted me to do for a really, really long time. He basically said, like, hey, could you possibly make Ken and ML Ken work in the same fight? And generally, you kind of can. Except, like, everything that I planned out in here ultimately doesn't really work out. You know, we're one turn in, and we're already like, oh wow, that didn't work out quite how I expected. So basically what happened was, we triggered the Navy Captain Landy, she then salvos, and then Elena activates, so now I just created a 50-50 chance here because they all had invincibility, and if a unit has invincibility, element advantage shit does not really influence AI. So I would say I got pretty fucking lucky that the Navy Captain Landy actually went into my martial artist Ken even though he had invincibility. Now, I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's because they were all invincible, then the like element advantage stuff actually does kick in. But I'm pretty positive that even if everything's invincible, the targets then become actually random. Now, thankfully for us, we happened to get just enough hits into the Navy Captain Landy before the boat anchor was really going to be deployed. Now, if that happened, we would have been straight up fucked. So, there were two things in general that were warned to me about this team, and well, actually, it's one thing. One fucking goddamn thing was warned. And my dumbass straight up didn't even think about it, really. So, hey, here's Bad Cat Armin. Some of you have already been watching, you probably have already realized the thing in particular that she's doing. Bad Cat Armin is actually on injury set. So, what does that ultimately mean? Well, that really means that the Bad Cat is not fast. But then also the Sharun is on counter set, which also means that unit is not fast. So I went into this expecting, oh yeah, Sharun's totally going to go first, and then we'll cleanse off with Elena, and then we'll kind of just like go from there. That didn't fucking happen. So ultimately, we just kind of, you know, roundabout finagle or just do stupid shit until we eventually win, because crits go into martial artist Ken. Ken does his stuff here and there. Navy Captain Landy eventually gets herself killed. Sharun then eventually dies as well. And now all you're left with is Bad Cat Armin. Which, Shazam. You never really... And a lot of lucky shit happened, too. Like, we did AoEs going into this, and then we didn't get counter procs whenever the Navy Captain Landy was alive. A lot of dumb shit in general was in that first fight, and we straight up shouldn't have won, but we did anyway, so we'll fucking take it. So here, we're fighting ae-KARINA, Ambitious Tywin, and Alencia. And here I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can make, like, a guaranteed, I don't give a fuck, I really, really want to kill that ae-KARINA, ae-KARINA triggers the hell out of me, setup to go ahead and kill it. Ahmed will boost with, CR boost so that we're going to get our turn next. We'll use Conqueror Lilias, give ourselves Vigor, and then we'll also do attack down on any unit of our choice. We have Vigor, we have attack buff, we have attack down on the enemy. This should kill fucking anything. It really should. And right there, it did 22,000 damage to the ae-KARINA on a miss, which is pretty good. But whenever you really think about the numbers, really, I'm not sure if the triple torrent set is actually worth it anymore. So here in which is the video that also showcases a metric fucking shitload of luck. Like, every single attack that my Conqueror Lilias does in this fight results in a dual attack from Hwayoung. And it's right here that I should have absolutely realized, yo, maybe I straight up shouldn't be using Hwayoung as frequently as I was for this, because we straight up weren't able to kill this Alencia. Like, this Alencia was being, like, really, really trouble considering how much luck we had. Imagine if we didn't get any of those procs. I'm pretty confident that my Ahmed would eventually die. Because, like, even this shit right here, holy fuck. It's looking kind of bad. Thankfully for us, we have our S2, we have our skill null, all that other good stuff with us again. Then we can cleanse the stun that's on the Hwayoung, give her swift attack yet again so that we can, turn cycle a little bit. And now it's a matter of, we can't really go in with like any of our S2 or S3 shenanigans with Conqueror Lilias anymore, because we do not want to deal with Ambitious Tywin having a debuff and being hit while he has a debuff, because then, ignore effect resist shit happens. And right there, I straight up didn't kill that Ambitious Tywin. So I know I've been told this before, that new Hwayoung actually has trouble killing, like, you know, HP gods now. And, like, right there is pretty much proof positive of it. And I don't even think using Portrait of Saviors is really going to even help it much. But yeah, this was attempt number 1 using new Hwayoung, going into, like, big, thick boys instead of, like, actual defense scalers. Now, we're going to do yet another one. Now, the only reason why this match really even works is straight up because everything aligns right. So, first and foremost, we have Moon Bunny here. Moon Bunny is strictly there to counteract the Conqueror Lilias, so now we don't have to deal with attack down that could possibly be on Hwayoung, and we could boost if we needed it. Now, we're going to go straight into the Abyssal Yufine. This is a typical Abyssal Yufine, so we actually deal pretty good damage, and she is also on Holy Sack there. Now, I really didn't need to bring Elvira into this, and this is really where, like, I start to feel I kind of don't like Elvira. Now, I know a lot of other people are saying, like, oh, but Elvira is so cool, Elvira does so many cool things. Well, here's my thing, man. Like, why would I want to bring Elvira to fight something like, say, Abyssal Yufine, whenever I could just take that turn instead and just fucking kill it? Now, Elvira into, say, like, Navy Captain Landy, and you also have, like, a Rowana with you or something like that, and then you have one other unit that can mop the entire team? Oh yeah, 100%. I can absolutely understand using Elvira in that situation. And then there's also using Elvira into, say, a Lionheart Sirmia team on the on defense. Oh, congratulations! Now Lionheart Sirmia no longer fucking does her thing. But then, right here, going into Abyssal Yufine, I just don't really know if I see it. We just need more effective ways of dealing extinction damage extremely fast. And I think we would be good. Also, by the by, one thing that really threw me the fuck off, and I was warned about it as well, is this Senya is actually on an injury set. Yeah, an injury set on Senya. That really, really surprises me, but, I mean, I guess I can understand if you're straight up not seeing it coming, but going into this team in particular, like, you know, Abyssal Yufine and Senya, I think you could still get away with using a Dark Corvus setup, and I think you would be fine. Especially if you have some particular blue bait that could be on the team as well, that'll take all the single target abuse from the Senya, and then yeah, you'll just straight up kill with Dark Corvus whenever you feel like it. But either way, that's this team, and here we pretty much fall into the other problem with using Elvira, because this is new Elvira without without Prophetic Candlestick, because that shit don't work no more. Congratulations, we had actually had no hope of getting enough souls to get to 2 souls and actually, you know, soul burn that bad boy and then actually save yourself. Okay, fine, whatever. Now we're going into Senya, who should actually be a very good, effective counter for Hwayoung, because Senya is going to have higher attack, or about the same attack as Hwayoung, but still with the S1, you do actually still do a lot of damage to her, so I was kind of surprised about that. Now, onto this final match right here, we're going to go ahead and use an Arunka, Auxiliary Lots, and a Mediator Kawerik. Why am I using Mediator Kawerik along with Auxiliary Lots? One simple reason. I have Imprint Release on Mediator Kawerik, gives a fuckload of attack to the rest of the team, and I have Warhorn on that bad boy, along with Auxiliary Lots having Imprint Release, which affects the top and the front line unit. Well, we have a metric fucking shitload of attack, and because of that, I don't give a fuck. Unbound Arowell and Navy Captain Landy together, hey, those units have barriers. I'm using fast units. My units get turn 1. Well, guess who's fucking dead turn 1? Yay! But then also, like, hey, right here, Warhorn really came in clutch at that particular moment, because Mediator Kawerik was jumping up the CR bar like a motherfucker. And then we were able to cleanse right there. Hoorah! And now we'll go into Unbound Arowell. Bye, bitch! Now all that's left is Sharun. And with Sharun by herself, not really as big of a threat as you could really imagine. I don't really fight Sharun all that much, so I don't have a lot of counterplay in my head about it. But yeah, this was another one that I think was slow. And hey, I see a barrier. I popped the barrier. Woohoo! Oh my god, I need drugs. I'm so tired. And now on to the final match. This is where all the fun begins. Not necessarily here, because guess what? It is quite literally the same fucking fight that we just did. So, naturally, we'll do the same fucking thing. Except the only thing that's going to be slightly different is I just take my turns with Mediator Kawerik slightly different. I don't use S2 at the start, I'll just use S1. And it doesn't matter who Unbound Knight Arowell decides to go into, we still have attack buff on Arunka. Even if she was able to stun auxiliary lots, does not hurt me. This attack from Sharun does not push back, it merely inflicts speed down, and it also puts some venom on you. Cool, whatever, not a big deal. So now, we'll just go into Unbound Knight Arowell yet again, because Auxiliary Lots is based as fuck, and he was not changed from the balance patch, so now you can do Spirit's Breath shenanigans! Yay! Now, it's Mediator Kawerik's turn, going in and do that cleanse, and I am just merely saying words because there is no barrier on Sharun, so there is naturally no way to very, very quickly end this fight, because Arunka's S1 is absolute fucking dog shit terrible trash. The reason why it is dog shit fucking terrible trash is because you have to soul burn the S1 for a fucking chance. Well, actually, no, it's a 100% chance to actually do decent damage. Otherwise, you're flipping a coin. It's fucking awesome. Okay, cool. Are we done? Let's move on to the next one. So, here is the fight in general where so many fuck-ups happen, and as well as just... I don't think I'm going to use Hwayoung anymore, especially not into, say, like... Abyssal Yufine. So naturally, I'm like, hey, let's bring Sinful Angelica. We'll do Immortality shenanigans. With these Immortality shenanigans, we'll then one-tap the Yufine, and then we'll just be hunky-dory, and we're 100%, we're gonna go. That's not doing a lot of damage. Now, to those of you who may have been paying attention from the last time we fought this team, yeah, the biggest difference was we had Elvira with us. Yeah, whoop-de shit. Elvira would have actually probably been better here, but hey, whatever. The big thing that happened right then and there is the effect that Hwayoung is now. She deals her damage based on how much attack the other unit has, which I think was a good idea, but then also feels like it is kind of half-baked in delivery. So, what happens here? Basically, this is just an Abyssal Yufine that has even just a little bit of attack on her. Like, I don't know what the fuck her attack stat is, but the fact that she even just has a little bit of attack on her, we went from doing over 20k, so like 19k and through a barrier on that last fight, to doing less than 13k after breaking the barrier. That's fucking insane. Like, and whenever you see inconsistencies that are that insane, I don't see any reason to really do it. Oh yeah, am I going to talk about what's going on screen? Yeah, I legit actually forgot Yufine fucking cleanses herself. Why did I forget that? Well, I almost never see it nowadays, and I just don't even think about it because we usually try to one-tap that bitch on turn 1. Oh hey, cool, that's the end of the Guild War. Yay. Oh my god. Okay, so why was I like being all like fucking retarded at the beginning of this Guild War? Basically, this week has been fucking hell. Like absolute fucking hell. And I still have like a week and a half to 2 more weeks of this hell to go through in IRL. So yeah, basically what's going on right now is I am super, super busy IRL to the point where it's like, hey, y'all should be happy that you're even getting a fucking video. And then to top it all off with being really busy, then I got fucking sick. Again. Which is weird, because I almost never get sick. In fact, I probably don't even sound that sick right now. You know what? I blame my 2 chicken bouillon cubes that I put in some hot water and I just drank that sumbitch. I have it right in front of me right now, and I'm going to continue to drink it because I feel a hell of a lot better after doing that. But basically, I've been congested as fuck for like 4 days, and I can't fucking breathe. So it's like, man, this is great. Don't you just love it whenever you have like a whole bunch of stuff to do and then you're like, cool, I can't breathe. Everything is hard. But either way, man, like, hey, new balance patch stuff. Yay. I'm so fucking tired. Can we get a new balance patch? This stuff was fucking boring. But either way, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this Guild War. I sure didn't. But hey, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more of my content where I'm hopefully not sick, hit subscribe. Ooh woo.